Oh, wow, Tim Horan, Martin Johnson, what a night at the MCG.
What an atmosphere. 90,000 people there, about 45,000 Lions supporters were there. Jono, what did you make of it? It was incredible the way that the Lions came back, hit the lead with 30 seconds to go.
It's the way to do it, isn't it?
Never in doubt.
At 18 points down, I don't know what I was thinking. That was shocking. I mean, that was genuinely shocking. The Wallabies unleashed, were running the ball. And I was thinking it's going to a third test again. And those two tries before half-time were huge. I mean, they just showed such composure. You scored first in the second half, and then it looked like we couldn't get there, didn't it? We were getting close, giving a penalty away or a mistake, a knock-on. And then it was last chance saloon. Very quickly, it was the last go. And I'm screaming, drop a goal. Get in front of the post and drop a goal, because it was there. And they knew better.
It was crazy ending to the game, but when you look at... People talk about this week about where the series was probably lost for the Wallabies. You look at Suncorp Stadium in the first 10 or 15 minutes where they tried to play a bit more open, expansive rugby and went down 10-0. And then that 5 minutes before half-time, just the calmness of guys like Finn Russell and Jamison Gibson Park, when you're behind by 18 points, it just looked like they never had any hassle in their game, and they were quite composed, weren't they?
Well, I think before that, they'd looked okay. They'd scored that try. They'd looked okay, but they were just making mistakes. They were just, and even in the second half, they made mistakes, and that will kill you more than anything in Test rugby. So I think they just seem to think if we can just play, and Finn was sort of saying that in that interview, if we can just play and do that without the errors, then we'll be okay. And they, just got there.
It was a heartbreak for Wallabies fans. Well done to the Lions. Look, two of the biggest names in world rugby are here with us on Rugby Heaven on the road at the Cargo Bar. I thought we'd sprinkle in a little bit more magic as well. And I'm thinking we bring in maybe one of the best fullbacks ever to have played the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Burke. 81 caps with the Wallabies. Bledisloe Cup winner, World Cup winner, Lions Series winner in 2001. Berkey, welcome to the Cargo Bar.
Thank
How
you,
good's
Johnny.
this set up?
Oh, how good is it? I got in okay. I still had my membership from the year 2000, so I was okay. But it's great to see so many people out. It's great to see, well, one, the rain stop, which is great, and then all our Aussie supporters that are here as well.
Yeah, there's plenty here. There's plenty here.
Berkey, take us back, if you wouldn't mind. Take us back 24 years to the third game and that magical night where you were the superstar.
I have to keep reminding Justin Harrison, I scored 44 points in 2 games, and he had 1 line out. But it doesn't get past it. Do you know, it was one of those great times where, and Jono would have, their emotions go on one way and we go the other. I got to walk out in my 50th Test match. It was a great occasion. It's the first time I think I walked out in front of Ealesy, in front of for a Test match. And you run out to what was a sea of gold and a sea of red, and the noise was outstanding. The national anthem when we played it was, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And then you just take it all in. And then it's that moment. And Jono, Tim, you'll be the same. You look around and say, wow, this is our theatre. This is where we're going to have a crack. And it was a case of doing what you do. And the scores went back and forth. I had a shot at goal. Wilkinson had a shot at goal.
You kicked a few.
I kicked a few. Yeah, it was all right. I hit it. That was hitting hope. That was just like, hit it as hard as you can.
I heard you before the game you had a bit of an argument with John Eales because it was your 50th to actually go in front of Ealesy. Didn't you have a bit of an argument in the dressing shed before you went out?
We tossed a coin, and he said, this is my team. And I said, no, tonight it's me. I'm all over 50. So you've got to be selfish sometimes, Tim. You remember how that was back in the day?
No, Jono, what's your memory of Berkey playing?
I've deleted it from my memory, mate. I've honestly never watched that game back.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
We go home, we get on with the next season, you move on, and I never thought, you know what, I'll pop that third test on.
We'll find you a copy. We can watch one this Harvey.
just jump off the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Isn't it the way? Because that 2003, roll on 2 years' time, 2003 World Cup, I'm in my suit on the sideline and I'm watching Elton Flatley do the bits and pieces, and I thought, I'm never going to watch this again. I never saw it. But this last moment of Andrew Walker, running the ball across there. Actually, Matt Cobain says he won the game because he knocked the ball back. Walks goes out. Greggs and Keffer on the cigars later on that evening. And then we had Johnny Williamson come into the room singing True Blue.
Yeah.
That's still on your number one playlist.
Wait,
Helmet,
did you
isn't
say
it?
Johnny Wilkinson came in and sang True Blue?
No, Williamson.
Oh, John Williamson. I was going to say.
Yes.
That really threw me
That's
for a
right.
loop.
Just a little curveball there.
He can kick some field goals too, the old fella.
Just while you're there,
It's been a long
practicing.
6 weeks. Fellas, I tell you what, one of the guys who starred in that series and was a star for a long, long time with England and with the Lions as well, Richard Hill, he's going to be joining us soon. It was inducted into the World Rugby Hall of Fame just last night. Well, we're going to see him in a second. We're going to see Hilly in a second. Timmy, what does it mean to be a part of the World Rugby Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's an incredible honour and a privilege to not just represent the past players, but also current players, but also the fans, and you get that opportunity that you get a special cap, a World Rugby Hall of Fame cap, and it's framed for you, and it's got a number on it. And Jono, you'd be the same. You don't look for those things when you finish playing, but you play around the world. I'm lucky enough I got a chance to play with Richard Hill at Saracens for 3 years. So sure, there's a few Sarries supporters in the crowd. Just a couple, yeah. But to be able to do that, Jono, and it's an honour and a privilege.
Yeah, it's a bit surreal, isn't it? Because you're there, and it was a black tie evening, I think, when I went in, but you've got guys like JPR Williams there. The Colin Meads is in the Hall of Fame, all these guys, and you're sort of thinking...
What am I doing here?
Yeah. Well, I don't deserve to be up there with these guys, but, it is, it's a huge honour, and you also think of the amount of guys who aren't in it that are fantastic players.
Yes, exactly
Great.
right.
It's great. It's great.
Maybe start a campaign. I don't know, Shawnee. Can we do something,
Wait,
mate?
so do you think we should start a campaign for you to be part of the World Rugby Hall of
Mate,
Fame?
when you asked the question to the panel, what's it like, I had to keep quiet.
You sit back,
'cause
yeah.
I just sit back.
Well, funny that, Berkey, because one of the reasons we've got you here today is that on behalf of World Rugby, I'd like to announce the next inductee to the World Rugby Hall of Fame is the one and only Matthew Burke.
Yeah! Yes!
Thank you.
Mate, what about it?
That campaigning has worked.
That was a
campaigning has
quick
worked.
campaign.
That quick campaign.
Did you know anything about this?
No, nil by.
Nil by.
Are you taking the piss or is that fair?
That's for real.
Oh, is that right?
That is for real.
I thought that was a massive stitch-up, for sure. Is it
mate,
really? Oh, great.
congratulations. Well done, mate. It'll be... it's announced here first. There's Matthew Burke. Congratulations. So it is for real, Berkey.
Oh, brilliant.
What's your initial thoughts, mate?
Do you know, it's as you said, Tim, it's an honour and privilege to be amongst those names. If that's the, if you're not taking the piss, that's great. But it's a contribution, right? And so, you're playing for club when it first starts, school, club, state, country, and representing it. And you look upon that list there, and you see the people, and you mentioned the names, like JPR Williams. You've got guys from an Australian heritage that you think, wow. So, incredibly humbled, absolutely. Incredibly humbled.
Look, I'm glad you are. You are so polished. You are so good in a media sense. But, seriously, you've just been told you're in part of the World Rugby Hall of Fame. How cool is that?
Yeah. And I believe it gives me free tickets to any game, anywhere. That's what I'm talking about.
So you and Richard Hill will be at the game on Saturday night, and you'll be presented and formally announced in. That's going to be a great occasion with your friends and family there on Saturday night.
Yeah, wow. Timmy, that's great. It's quite overwhelming. I do have commitments with Stan on the weekend as well, so I'll see if I can fit them in. We'll
let you off.
The accomplishment.
And so, Jono, just a quick word. Your thoughts on Berkey as a player and as a bloke that you were up against so many times as well?
Yeah, painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, my best memory of Berkey is the '99 World Cup final. So we're knocked out. We played a club game on the Friday night. We're down there doing a bit of corporate stuff. And I went to watch the game, and the guys I'm with didn't. And they stayed in the marquee, watched the game, and they played the game, and they drew the names out the hat. And when your player was called, they had to drink.
Superb.
And one of the guys had Matt Burke. Of course, you were kicking all those
Kicked
goals.
about 9
Yes.
penalties.
Yeah. Right. So I had to pour that guy back into my car and take him. I got back, he was wasted. So
Isn't it amazing?
Thanks for that.
You talk about and the exploits of these two guys here as well, and obviously one sitting over there, as in Hilly. And it's the moments off the field that you remember the most. And we had a guy called Peter Fenton, Fab Fenton, Eastwood stalwart, been around the game for so many years. And he came up to me afterwards and he gave me a big hug and he said, mate, how good's that? How good's that? I went, like, as in, thanks, I've just won the World Cup. How good's this? And he goes, no. You kicked that last goal when Ben Tune scored the try. I picked the score 35-12. I won $5.5 grand. I was like...
You're the People's Champion, Matt Burke. We're going to keep you on the panel, but we're also going to bring in Richard Hill, who is your co-inductee. What about Hilly?